We are at the Appleton Area Recreational Site in western Minnesota, just a few miles from the South Dakota border, and this whole park is dedicated to off-road vehicles, from dirt bikes to ATVs to Jeeps, anything off-road. We ran into a group of Jeepers here. We followed them for a while, and as you can see, there's one going up the rock hill right now.
The Jeep group we met made some attempts up this rock hill obstacle. This red Jeep was very persistent. Here's his first attempt.
She's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. The second attempt. This adventure was filmed in late September 2020. Third attempt.
So you guys did also off-roading on the bench? Well, yeah, it is.
His spotter wife noticed that as they were backing up here, they were heading toward a pole, so luckily she was on board to notice that, and the driver made some adjustments. And the fourth attempt was victory.
Upper, do the rocks. There's only one Jeep here that'll do it. Wow, it's I don't have.
He then took a run at some of the rocks.
And you? We're south down. Yeah, for water.
And then a second run at the rocks.
Come on, guys, you got the right rig for it. If I had a true Rubicon, I could do it.
We did see one Jeep make it up the rocks. Unfortunately, we had camera issues. It's a new camera to us, and the film didn't come out. I took a run, but knew better than trying the rocks. I don't have my Gladiator lifted. I don't have 35-inch or bigger tires. I don't have the ability to air down and then air up for starters, but it probably was a wise decision that it didn't take the Gladiator up those rocks. This is a shot of the rock wall area, and there's a pavilion up here, some information about the park, and there were lots of biting, I call them sand flies. I don't know what they were, but they were vicious in this area. Then we moved on along some moderate Jeep trails, and these were a lot of fun. And I apologize ahead of time here for the potential for some motion sickness with a few of our shots. I wanted you to be able to see what it was like in the cockpit. I promise there aren't a lot of them. We did end up doing most of them outside the Jeep, and you could see the Jeep go by, and that seemed to work out better. I think I'm going to have to invest in some type of dash cam or GoPro or something like that, so that these scenes while driving aren't just so bumpy and motion sickness. The camera we're using is brand new and it's the latest technology, but I just don't think it's made for someone holding it while it's bouncing around. It does have an image stabilizer, but I'll look for some better solutions to this. I could get up some good speed on some of these trails, and it was a lot of fun, and the Jeep handled it superbly. We entered a different part of the park where there was lots of sand and narrow trails, and a lot of them made for dirt bikes and side-by-sides and ATVs and of course Jeeps. I had to watch the signs to make sure I stood on the trails that were designed for Jeeps. There was very little mud here, and I planned it that way. I wanted a mudless first trip here to scout it out. My tires are great. They're all-terrain tires, but they're not mud tires. And again, I can't air down and then back up again, so I wanted to avoid the mud. We noticed a tree blocking our path, and I will tell you that the Gladiator was great at turning around. The turning radius was tremendous. I was able to do a 3-point turn and easily reverse course. We got to a very tight turn with lots of branches, making it impossible to pass without branches hitting the passenger side. I had to try to protect the awning that was on the driver's side. We moved to a different area of the park we called the Dark Forest. Nice change of scenery and challenges. This was a nice steep decline. My wife suggested we try this Jeep trail into the woods. And we soon found out that it was narrow and really meant for a two-door Wrangler, in my opinion. We took it slow, and I was very impressed with the turning ability and trail-ready narrowness of the Gladiator. There was a lot to concentrate on. Not only the trail, but the tree trunks that were on the edge of the trail, branches hitting the sides of the Jeep, hitting the awning, and maybe scratching the awning or the rooftop tent, tree branches from above. This was a nice challenge. It was very enjoyable, and it took all my concentration. I was hoping we wouldn't run into some type of obstacle, fallen tree or something where we would have to try to back out of here. That would have been a nightmare. I needed to get out and clear the path several times, not wanting to damage my Jeep, awning, or rooftop tent. And we found where all the mosquitoes were. I think I'm going to add a small handsaw to my gear.
We took a wrong turn. Well, it said it's a Jeep trail, but it's a good Jeep trail and probably meant for a two-door Wrangler, and it doesn't look like anybody's been down here for a while because we are finding stuff in the way. And as you know, I got a rooftop tent and an awning, so this is a challenge. Okay, we just came across the strangest thing I've ever seen. Looks like there's a dead skunk in the trail ahead of us, and definitely don't want to run over that.
We made it by the skunk, and what kills skunks anyways? I am thinking it got run over by something. That's my best guess anyway. These trails are so narrow. Thank goodness I'm in a Jeep. I did hit my skid plates on one of these small little hills here, but I could tell that it wasn't a rock and that they looked like they were man-made and they were just a lot of dirt. I didn't think I'd hit it, but I knew there was a chance. Here are some pictures of some other neat obstacles for you guys out there with the right equipment. I had to stay to the right on this just to avoid my rooftop tent and awning from striking the tree branches overhead.
This is a map of the area we're on right now, and interesting is they've got these EMS site number all over the place. So if I guess you need help, you get hurt, you can just say you're at site 16 and they know where to come get you. They labeled the trails, and of course when you're done they would like you to go here.
Stay tuned to the end of this video. You can see some of our camp setup and shots of when we were at Big Stone Lake State Park.
We had a lot of fun at the Appleton Area Recreational Park, designed specifically for Jeeps and other off-road vehicles. The trails were wonderful. I finally got to test the Jeep in some tight trails, and it handled wonderfully. The turning radius was great. The narrowness of the Jeep going through the trails was great. I did get some pinstriping, I'm sure. I can see it with the dust on here, and when I wash it when I get home, I'm sure I'll see some more. But that's what we got the Jeep for. It's made to do that. And we had truly a lot of fun doing this. So thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, check out my YouTube channel, Mike Overlanding. Thank you.
Here's our camp setup, morning 1. And Jane is enjoying a nice cup of coffee. 0% chance of rain, but then it started raining, so we deployed the awning. Some of our setup. So you can see here, 98% battery left, and it's been running this refrigerator all night and yesterday afternoon, so it's holding a good charge. We got our coffee. And a beautiful lake here. We're in Minnesota, and across that lake is South Dakota. And we're at a state park. This is how we're using the Trasharoo. I originally purchased this to use on my Jeep Wrangler, but I traded that in for the Gladiator, and I've been finding a lot of good uses for this. It's still integral part of our equipment here. Breakfast burritos are on the menu this morning with some onions and scallions and jalapenos and green peppers and red peppers, and cheese and bacon to put in there. Over here we have hash browns. Got our coffee, an orange and a tangerine. How's it coming there, Chef Jane?
It's getting close to finish. Time to put the cheese in.
Happy campers.